Welcome back, guys, to Professor Layton and Pandora's box, where last episode, Chapter 6, The Road to Herzen Castle, begun with Chelmy having gathered his suspects to reveal Dr. Schrader's murderer. But Layton then managed to deduce, due to a careless sentence, that the person who stole the Elysium box from the crime scene was actually Don Paolo in disguise as Flora. With the villain running away, we managed to claim the box itself left behind on the floor and open it to reveal nothing within. So we set out into Folsense yet again to get to the bottom of its mysteries. That hamster toy probably sets us well over the limit though, right? Heard you guys have been sniffing around trying to dig more dirt on Folsense Pass. I'm all about getting to the bottom of stuff too, but most folks don't care at all. People here don't really question much. It's kind of like they're all living in their own little daydreams. The fact that you didn't end in the middle despite having the chance bothers me immensely. Come on. I understand your complaint. But equally, it's a bit petty. I completed it. It's all that was needed. And I realized I was, like, right at the end there. I was like, yeah. You can never please all the chat, no. Especially when you're as stubborn as me and spend 1 hour 20 making everyone go crazy. Doing slide puzzles. I love citronia fruit, and I put in everything. Smoothies, pancakes, cakes, even spaghetti. I think I've pretty much run out of ways to eat, and that gets me down. Have you ever tried their seeds in a tea before? Oh, it's a good idea, but I heard that too much tea makes it hard to sleep. Don't you worry, I'll put in a little something in it so you won't have any trouble sleeping. Thanks, mister. Since I don't have to worry about going to sleep, I'm going to drink a bucketful. What? We need something with citronia seed. Mild and doesn't keep you awake. Citronia seed. It's mild. And doesn't keep you awake? Could this be a thing? No, okay. We could try it the other way around. Again, we don't know what the last ingredient is, so it might actually have the property we need for the last bit, but equally one was uplifting. Refreshing and revitalizing of a story sounds like you'd be waking up. Lifting is probably not right. That's Radiant Blend. Maybe it's something we already made. Soothing a scent, mildly fruity. Bit of impact tea addresses all kind of beauty woes. I mean, this is sweet and mild, but it doesn't actually have the thing in. I weirdly don't think I've just found the recipe that I need to find, but Radiant Splend is the closest we have. I was correct. And I also found a new way to enjoy citronia fruit. I don't think it has sedative sleepy qualities, but whatever. Well, that tea was great. I wasn't really a stress head before, but now I'm super chilled out. Good, I was hoping you'd like it. It was nice of you to share your tea, so let me tell you a secret in return. Most people would tell you to stay away from the forest because it's scary, but I know a trick. As long as you tell yourself that nothing scary is going to happen in the forest, it won't. People only see spooky stuff in the forest because they're scared. It's weird, but it's true. Kiddo's got a way of looking at things. Oh, Kiddo's got a puzzle. No one in this town ever wants to hang out with me, so I'm always by myself. What do you say? I know a pretty good game called Solve the Puzzle. Wanna play? Can Conundrum. A number of identical cans are hanging from a tree. While the cans here may look empty, one is actually filled with water. See if you can find it. When deducing your answer, ignore the weight of each string and stick. It's A. It's A. You wouldn't be able to tell if it was E, F, G, or H, which counterbalance each other perfectly on the right-hand side. The left-hand side is like balanced in a way that makes the right heavier and the left is closer to it, if I'm right in saying. Like more weight can be applied to E, F, G, and H to counterbalance A, B, C, and D. But if you look at it, the B, C, and D are below A, which are, of course, going against the weight of A on two separate things. So it's got to be A to be able to, like, counterbalance the weight of B, C, and D.
Consider this puzzle solved. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Nicely done. The answer is A. The bigger stick connects to the branch at a point left of the center of the stick. 4 cans hang from each side of this big stick, but because the string holding it to the tree is left of center, the set of 4 cans on the left must be heavier than the ones on the right. A, B, C, and D all hang from the left side of the big stick. However, judging by the number of cans and the positions of the strings, it's easy to see that A is the heaviest. Oh, I knew that puzzle was going to be too easy for you, but I'm just a kid, so what do you expect? I don't know any harder ones, but some of the grown-ups in town might. Wholly overcomplicated explanation? I mean, you literally saw the explanation of the puzzle as said by the game as well, which was overcomplicated. Yes, you can just eye it. But you got to do your working as well, right? No puzzle from cameraman. We're going to the museum. But if you know what I mean, we want to hit up all the other places, including Granny Riddleton's shack first. There's another puzzle over here. Want to try the #1 rated puzzle here in Folsense? I'd be delighted to, sir. What is the #1 rated puzzle? 102 Disappearing Act 2. Oh, I just did 3. Here's a different configuration for you to try. As with last time, you can move any ball on the board below as long as it satisfies the following conditions. To move, jump your selected ball over an adjacent space occupied by another ball into an empty space on the other side. You can't jump diagonally. Once you made the jump, the ball you've jumped over disappears from the board. To complete the puzzle, you must remove all balls from the board. Okay, enough rules tries for yourself. I'm assuming you have to take one to the edge anyway, because that's the only operative first move. Now here's an interesting bit. You kind of have to come back. Did you have to come back? Uh-oh. I don't think we had to come back. We did, in fact, not have to come back at the start there. Okay. So what did we have to do? How do we get that one that we send off into the nether? So if I go there, then we end up with 3 in a row and we have to go out. So I've just ended up in the exact same issue. If we go out, then that just ends with them so far apart that we can't go anywhere. So what is the first move? We need to be able to drive towards the one on the edge. Oh, we have to go one way and then swing back the other way. Okay, that's simple enough. I didn't end in the middle, oh no.
This should do the trick.
Don't know why I was thinking the other way.
Wonderful.
That was harder than the third one. You got it. Peg Solitaire is a puzzle with a long history. It's thought to have first come into popularity around the 17th century. Hey, pretty good, this. I don't want to see that talent wasted, so listen. I heard talk that the vampire living up in Nuzzin Castle attacks anyone who gets close. That's the word from some people who just barely escape the castle with their lives. Pretty wild stuff, ain't it? So that's why everyone in town starts shivering when we talk about the forest. Yeah, but here's the thing. So just mentioning the place makes people jump out of their skin, right? But funnily enough, I don't know a single person who hasn't made it back from there in one piece. Ooh. Sure, they're all scared and some have wet trousers, but they're no worse for the wear. That is odd. So what do you think is going on out there? Your guess is as good as mine. Everyone says they escape by the skin of their teeth, but I don't know about all that. We got a new hamster toy. God, they're really giving you enough stuff so if you haven't managed it, you can totally do it now. There really is a vampire up there. Maybe he's a vegetarian. You should ask him about that. Wouldn't be a vampy. Can't be a vegetarian. Back to seeing me work my magic in the kitchen again. I've been knocking them out extra fast, so they're now more than ever before. Unfortunately, just like before, I can't get two of them to come out the same size. Just chop them. And then use the other bits as like offcuts for like some kind of dessert. Maybe put them in a trifle, maybe. I reckon that would be quite nice instead of like the normal filler. Right, we got 5. I'm not going to even bother about doing this in terms of like the lowest number like I did the last one. Because we know we kind of have to start just wiggling things back and forth ridiculously now. Oh, I've done that wrong. Oh, I've gone high now. Very star. I messed it up. I don't know why I messed that up. We have to like be focusing on taking down to get to the last stack. Then we need to move this over, don't we? There we go. Now we've got to build it back up again. Seems like the least amount of moves, but I don't know.
Now to test my theory. Ha! Wonderful.
On and fresh. Now the only question is what to put on them. Oh, it doesn't even tell us. Wonderful. I've never seen someone who could handle pancakes with such a delicate touch. If anyone else had tried to stack them like that, they'd be buried in a mountain of batter right now. Well, I'm all out of flour and without it, I'm sorry to say I can't make any more pancakes. I was going to get more from the grocers, but then I'd end up with pancakes a la garlic. Yeah. You would. Savory. I still haven't solved this. That's a problem if you ask me. Alright, you don't have a puzzle, do you? You can tell me about the mine again, eh? I used to work in the mines, I did. Doesn't seem there's anything new going on here. Chat's not screaming at me. I love
Jackpot!
Oh. It's because there's where I needed to be. I love how the map is just screaming at me. Here! Go here! But no. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Well, now I'm a bit confused. I think I've not been looking up. If you know what I mean, to see if you could take a picture in a place. Very diligently. Talk too fast? Oh, we talked to that guy before, that's why I skipped through it. We've heard that line of dialogue more than once. I've never seen anybody go to so much trouble to get their paws on a piece of rubbish. Like that dialogue, for example. I just checked the wiki and you got in exactly the fewest number of moves. 31. Yeah, that makes sense though, doesn't it? But that would be the lowest. Alright, tea is both unusual and sweet in flavour. Don't botch it up. Sweet, mild, and spicy. Have I not done your thing already? Sweet, mild, and spicy. Dream spice, that is it? Oh. You're telling me exactly what you need, so... I mean, we chat the hamster being great. Oh, that's true. Scrumptious. A smile spread across Clarice's face. She seems restored and cheerful. Hey, there really is something a little mysterious about the way this tea tastes. Good job. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, yeah, it was great. Let me thank you by telling you where all the spookiest ghosts in town hang out. Folsense has got loads of great ghost watching spots. Thanks for the offer, but I'm scared enough as it is. Oh, so we can only do one tea-wanting person per screen? Look at you two running around and around town like a dog chasing his own tail. Actually, watching you reminded me of a fabulous puzzle I know about a dog. Listen up. Walking the dog. A gust of wind blew it away. The end. A young girl takes her dog out for a walk with her dad. The girl starts walking with the dog on a leash, good, 10 seconds before the dad starts. The second the dad steps out, the girl takes the dog off the leash. And the dog runs over to the dad. Upon reaching him, the dog turns around and heads for the girl. The dog keeps doing this until the dad catches up with the girl. If the dog moves at 5 meters per second, the father at 2 meters per second, and the daughter at 1 meter per second, how far does the dog run by the time the dad catches up to his daughter? Okay. Sure. So first of all, we've got to go how far did the daughter go? So that's just 10 meters because the daughter walks at a pace of 1 meter per second and walks for 10 seconds. The second the dad steps out, the girl takes the dog off the leash and the dog runs over to the dad. Upon reaching him, the dog turns around and heads for the girl. So if the dad moves, dog moves at 5 meters per second. The father at 2 meters per second. The thing is, the dad is gonna move 2 meters before the dog reaches the dad. So this is gonna get really chopped up, isn't it? So that's where the level of doubt or the puzzle comes into this. So, like, it would take 2 seconds for the dog to make the 10-meter distance. But in the 2 seconds, like, the dad would have gone 4 meters. The issue here is that, of course, that's not, 6. So the dog would have made it about... the dad, in 1.5 seconds... The dad would have made it 3, and the dog would have made it 7.5. So that it's where we start ending up like in the weird zone, isn't it? So it's kind of like likely to be like 7.5-ish, but more around the region of 7 exactly. And I don't know how many 0.5s we want to do here. But then I guess it would make up... because it would have to run 7.5 back, more or less. To reach you. And that would have taken about 3 seconds, which means the dad would have made it 6 seconds along. I know I'm going to be wrong with this. So I'm going to have to look at the hints. And then it would have started running back, and it would reach the dad in less than a second. But the dad in less than a second would have moved on even further. So it's getting very confusing at this point. So he's moved... In the 3 seconds it took there, he's moved 6. I'm reckoning it would be... Oh my goodness. So it's only got to travel 4 meters, but the dad is going to move forward at least like another meter before the dog kind of reaches you. So I'd say it'd be like the value of 21-ish. The fact that the girl's distance remains constant at least, so it's just wherever he intersects with the dad. Let's fail it.
Consider this puzzle solved.
It's not solved. Isn't it asking for distance and not speed?
Well, I suppose you can't win them all.
Yeah, but it's asking for the distance of meters, and the speed is the meters per second, right? So if the dog travels 5 meters per second, it travels 5 meters in a second. The dad travels 2 meters per second to make up the 10-meter gap. So we're working out like the intervals between that and that. We're not, like, the speed is quantified and clarified, said already, but the speed also makes distance. So I know I needed hint anyway, because I was never going to get it with what was being said there. Puzzle with long explanations often have traps hidden in their phrasing. Yes, try not to get caught out. Dad moves at 2 meters per second, the daughter moves at 1 meter per second, so for every second that passes, the distance between the two shrinks by 1 meter. The daughter's moving? Oh, the daughter keeps moving? Why would you let the dog go and then the dog runs away and you wouldn't turn around? That's so weird to me. So now we know that the distance shrinks by 1 meter every second. So now the dog actually has to do quite a bit of running. So now what we're looking at is... I thought the daughter would stop rather than go past, but I guess the picture does depict... I'd have thought that depicts the dad's down still, but now I can see it's a walking stride. Ah, my bad then. So I guess what we do is we work out every second that's taken. So it starts at 10, but the dog sets off. 9 by the first second, so we're looking like this, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're looking at those intervals, right? And then we just divide the intervals by how long it takes the dad to get there, or how long it takes by the 5 meters per second the dog runs it. So what is it? That's 17, 9 plus 8. Do I have to count the first bit? Let's see where it ends up with, like, adding it all, I guess. Makes sense. More. 35. 39. 42. 44. 45. So we're basically saying it runs 45 meters. We're adding up all the other bits. I don't know why I thought the girl stood still.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Oh, well, I'm wrong again. I honestly don't know what I'm talking about here.
My, this one is quite formidable.
Maybe the first 10 meters counted, but then we didn't divide it by the dog's meters per second, did we? Did we need to do that? Because the dog wouldn't have only traveled 9 meters. Oh, I'm so confused. is how far does the dog run by the time the dad catches up to his daughter? Oh, shoot. What the hell? The dog catches up in 10 seconds. Right? So it's 50. It's just how far the dog runs, it can run in 10 seconds.
Consider this puzzle solved. And there we
Wording.
have it.
It's always wording with these. Perfect. The dog will have run 50 meters in total. I can do math, honest. The dog runs for the entire time it takes for the father to catch up with his daughter. Since the daughter has a 10-meter head start and her dad gains on her at a rate of 1 meter per second, he'll catch up in 10 seconds. The dog is running at a rate of 5 meters per second, so the answer must be 50 meters. The issue is, of course, I start with a weird some silly assumption that the girl stands still, and I cannot get away from that silly assumption because I'm like, why is she walking away still? The dog's ran away from her. She should keep control of her dog. Why'd you let her off the leash? Nice work, you two. You may run around like dogs, but you've got it going on upstairs too, haven't you? Not really. Both love running around so much, I won't stop you. Besides, it's fun to watch. Oh, look, we got the cinder horse ingredient. I'm not sure people want seahorses put in their tea, but whatever. Anyone want a blend of seahorse tea? If you ever feel like you need to unwind, love, you know where I am. He just wants the cabaret. Right, we're going to Granny Riddleton's shack. That has a missed puzzle for us. Jars and cans. A long line of jars and cans sits on the counter. Your job is to rearrange these items so that both jars and cans are grouped with items of the same type. However, in doing so, you must always move 2 containers at once. Move items around by touching the red icons between 2 containers and dragging the selected pair of items around with the stylus. Okay. So obviously you've kind of I've got to make a long jump for the first one, or not. So go there. Ah. Okay, we need to start with separating it. I still think that was a first good jump, actually. Maybe that one, because the bottle's already on the very edge. Right? Oh, now I'm stuck with those 2. I mean, if I go there... That works.
And now to test my theory.
That's a weird puzzle.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Well done. Now the jars and cans are sorted neatly. If only people would organize things properly in the first place. Weird that we had to do them in 2s. Because we could just did it like 1 and it'd be like, yeah, it's sorted in no time. Does Granny Riddleton not need tea? Just saying, because we don't walk past you that often. We might not see when you're desperately in need of some tea. When anyone is, for that matter. I guess keeping track of the people we have made tea for is another issue. Like, when coming back and forth through spots like this. Right, I definitely have everything we need to make you a tea. Scott Oasis Leaf, Smoky, and something tart. smoky. Oasis leaf. Tart?
What an interesting blend of fruitiness and subtle smokiness.
I bet you can use the tea leaves from this blend to predict your love life. I'm impressed, Luke. It heartens me that you take such interest in the blending of tea. But of course, Professor, I couldn't rightly call myself your apprentice if I didn't. Right, so what tea number is that?
Sugar Smoke is number 3.
Hey, the spot. Smile spreads across Rory's face. He seems restored and cheerful. Oh yeah, these will do nicely. See how the tea leaves are positioned just so? They're trying to tell us something. Cool, so what can you see? It doesn't look good for the poor lad. What lad? Whose love life did you just peek into? The vampire lives at the edge of town. I hear he's in love with some human girl. I decided to see how that relationship's going to work out. Oh, that sounds like bad news, doesn't it? I mean, it's only a matter of time before he breaks down and drinks her blood. Too right. Oh yeah, it's just as I thought. This one's going to end in tears. I don't know if you really need tea leaves to see that. Right, he's done so. We teed up Rory. No one here supposedly needs tea.